Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me and welcome to this reading for your 2018 love reading. So I'm excited to be here for you guys. This is Sun, Moon, Rising Virgo, Mars, Venus Virgo. I did a special on that, so if you look in my specials playlist, then you'll be able to see more information on how to watch for your sign. Okay, so this is the Angle Tarot. It's an out-of-print Higher Arcana deck. It's really beautiful. It's German, so the words don't really matter because I can't pronounce them. But yeah, but I know the cards, and so I'll be able to read for you guys. And if you want, did I mention the 2018 readings? If you guys want to watch a 2018 astrology tarot reading, I have them linked down below. I also did a Vimeo reading using the horoscope spread, so I clarified each area of your house, of your life, with a clear reading and an independent reading, so you guys can rent by one. I think it's like $2 or $1 to rent a video, so you can watch one area of your life, or you can rent all of them at a discount. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Virgo, let's do this. I'm chattering a little bit because, of course, I am nervous to do this reading. This is the big one, folks. This is the love life. Here we go. And this is for a soulmate, twin flame. I don't mean to tease. This is for soulmate, twin flame, soulmate, twin flame, true love energy. If you are single, this is regarding the next person you're meant to be with, the ideal person, or that person, that one, the other half, Here is your next message. This is the starting point in January. We have the Tower. This is where we started in 2017. So it's ironic that we start off with the same energy for 2018. So there is this change and transformation that is happening in our lives, and something is being completely swept through, clarified. This is like a deep purge, a deep cleanse. You're able to kind of nullify whatever has happened in the past and move forward with freedom. This is kind of relinquishing things from the past and moving forward towards new opportunities. And so the Tower represents the starting point for you and also your partner. So you're both afflicted or affected by this. This is also a love at first sight, the Tower, because it suddenly changes the environment that you're in. So if you are a single person, this could be right at the beginning of the year, boom, love at first sight, you've got it. But the Tower can also represent like a state of being for a person you haven't met yet. So the way that you interpret the reading, if you have not met your partner yet, is that that person's out there. It's just a matter of finding them, right? So they are going through a similar situation to you, and the theme of which, the archetype, is the Tower. So they're also going through a fundamental purge that's meant to change them, that's meant to transform them, and presumably bring them closer to being with you. The next two cards represent ideals in the relationship. So these are yours, these are your partner's. Your first ideal is the Magician. So the ideals tell us what you want in a relationship, what you're willing to put in. So I think that you're looking for magic. Hey girl, hey. You're looking for magic in terms of your partnership, real activation, really motivated. The next message is the Sun. So your ideals are very high this year. You're looking for perfection, which is very like Virgo, stereotype Virgo-ness, but you're looking for pure happiness. You want every day to be a celebration with that person. You want to be able to create. You don't want to be imposed upon. You want to be free-flowing energy. Here is the next message. This is what your partner essentially wants. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and so your partner wants a change and transformation of fortune. They want freedom. They want to be able to move forward with the things that they want to see come through in their life. They want their life to see some good luck come into their life, to make those transformations. The second thing that your partner really wants is the Empress. So presumably this could be you, or they could be an Empress. They could want to become a mother. or they want to find the mother of their children, or maybe they really want someone who is like their mother. So there's a lot of different, or do things as their mother did, so, or had done. Oh my gosh, my grammar sometimes is so terrible when I do these, especially when I do a lot of them back to back. So they're looking for like a change, an idyllic situation, someone to admire or be admired by, depending on who the Empress is. I feel as though that they want someone who they can somewhat cherish, or somewhat, not just somewhat cherish, but somewhat kind of worship, but not in a creepy way, more like a loving, appreciative way. So I feel like maybe both of your ideals are extremely high for this year, but maybe this is coming on the heels of a grave disappointment in the relationship. If you've never met your partner before, maybe this is a previous relationship or a situation that you were in that just really kind of wiped the slate clean. Here is the next step in the game for you, and this is the next stage for your partner. Your next step is the Hermit. So this is your need to kind of withdraw. This is our card, Virgo. So the need to withdraw and touch base within your knowing or within your learning. Virgos learn by doing. And so the only way that you learn by doing is by spending some time doing things, and oftentimes you can do more things when you're alone than when you're with other people. So this is like the logic of the Hermit I figured out that works for me, and kind of justifying why I would have to be like a bearded old man, because I really don't want a beard. So yeah, so the Hermit is a time this year in which you will need to take a pause away from your daily life. I feel as though the Tower was the first point, and this is the second point in the journey. There's 3 points in this reading that give like timeline trajectories. They're not meant to be like beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, but they do flow in that way. So adjust those dials a little bit depending on how that is happening for you. You'll have like a natural instinct, or you should have a natural instinct or intuition about this. So but the Hermit represents this need to once again touch base with your ideals, not your ideals, your ideology, and figure out whether that has hands and feet, as we call it. So whether that has like an actual tangible reason for being the way that it is. So you have to assess it. Here is the next message, and this is for your partner. Your partner has the Devil. And so the Devil is representative of having to address certain things. Maybe this worship piece, this this desire to have this external validation, or maybe even like a transcendent experience, is avoidant behavior that they have to address. The Devil represents a time when we want to really address the things that we are stopping from our lives that are good for us, because the Devil rejected God, and God was offering the Devil or Satan a repose so he could actually apologize and be in God's graces again, and he rejected that opportunity. So he essentially, or Satan, the Devil, essentially kind of nullified or refused the grace of God. And so he said, I'll just go my own way and do it my own way, which is really, he's savage. He's like the ultimate savage. But the Devil is, in a certain way, representative of a time in your partner's life when they need to look at how they're creating toxicity in their life, how they're stopping themselves from elevating. Here is the next message. We see the Lovers. I didn't clarify what these represent. These two cards represent the advice, the spiritual advice on how to progress from these states, okay? So this is advice for you. You have the Lovers. So you need to reconnect with family, reconnect with the ideal of being in love. If you're in the relationship, open up to your partner and really rebuild that bond and that trust. If you don't have a partner, then reach out to whoever is important to you in that kind of family way. If there's no one who's important to you, just reprioritize love in your life. Here is the second piece of advice for Virgo. You have the moon. Okay, so I think that you need to work through certain shadows. Maybe there's some residual from that tower, like residual, why did it happen? How did it happen? How did it get to that thing? And having some understanding for that level of clarity. Remember, your goals and your ideals are magician for yourself or your partner, and the sun. So you want this transcendent experience. You want the seal of approval, right? And so you need to earn it. You need to look at your shadows so that the sun can come in and clarify. So you need to do the hard work. Look at the things that are scary within yourself as well as outside of yourself and move forward from that. So you're going through some kind of spirit quest or a personal journey this year to kind of flush out anything that's residual that caused that may have in a part caused that tower to crash. This could have been love at first sight, or may have been love at first sight, and so at which case your partner would be feeling extremely passionate towards you. You need to watch this passion. The devil is like raw sexuality, so you just want to make sure that you are temperate with it. I don't think you're quite as explicit about your feelings as your partner is. I think that you're looking for a more cerebral answer, but this is spiritual. The sun is so positive. It's like you're going to have a smile on your face all year, I feel. Not so much because of it's inside out, It's not so much external experiences, not that this is saying that something terrible will happen to you, but I feel from inside out your sun is shining, right? And from outside in, you're being blessed, don't worry. Here is the next message. This is advice for your partner, so tell them that. If you don't know your partner, this is giving you an idea of what's up with them. So we have the Last Judgment card. So this is balance and order. This is the card of Libra. The advice is that they need to get a handle on their devil. They need to get a handle on, kind of limiting factors in their life and move on and clarify. Here is the next card for your partner. They need to put priorities in order. And I think that maybe this is what the devil represented, was like a lack of organization in their priorities. And so once they get things in order, once they figure out what's most important, then they can give more attention to finding these iconographic or idealistic images or archetypes. The outcome for the year, are you guys ready? I'm so nervous. This is the card that I'm nervous for. The outcome for the year is the Chariot, yay. So this is the card of Cancer. Hey girl, hey. No more air signs, no. But if I heard a few people like some air signs. If you're a Virgo and you like air signs, go for it. That's cool. For me, it's all about the water signs, so I'm happy about this. The Chariot is ruled by the sign of Cancer, which is a water sign. But yeah, this is overcoming in love. Whatever hang-ups you or your partner had gone through, there's going to be a reconciliation. Furthermore, whatever has really crashed in your life with the tower, there's going to be like an overcoming of that energy as well. So you should be extremely excited. You're transcendent. You've looked at your shadow. You've identified love in your life. You're strong as nails because you've faced it all. You were a little savage too, Virgo. Little Virgo savages. Very cute. And then your partner is getting their act together, and you're giving them room to do that. So you go be fabulous in 2018, and I will talk with you soon. Check out the playlist with all the 2018 readings. I did a lot, so there's lots of stuff to think about. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check out my video readings. Thank you for supporting my channel. Happy New Year, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back and welcome to your Jupiter and Sag reading. I'm excited to be here with you guys. This started off as a Jupiter and Sag, but I think it's another one of them 2019s. I don't want to confuse you, but there's going to be a few readings that come out for 2019, and just like last year, no difference. So it's all going to be in your playlist. If you don't know how to use a playlist, you should learn, because that's the best way to
kind of figure out what's going on. So we're looking at Jupiter in Sag. So today what we're going to do is take a look at your general overview using the Syrian Starseed Tarot. And then I'm going to do some astrology for you guys to tell you why Jupiter in Sag is going to be really wonderful for you. And then finally we are going to take a look at your love tarot cards with the Art of Love Tarot, and then at the end I have a surprise for you, which you may already know about, but from the other videos. But hey, don't spoil it, don't jump around, just watch the whole thing, and just make sure to give me a like and a comment, especially if you're watching in April or September or something in the future, you know. Okay, so let's see. First, overall energy. Let's see. So we have Alchemy, which is the card of Sagittarius. So this is the Temperance card in other decks. You're combining multiple different energies in order to achieve things this year. The next message is the Tower. Boom. Making things happen, making things move. Look at this. And then the last card is Transition. So there's going to be an event that's going to be quite dramatic that you are going to face. Let's do it like this. There's going to be an event that is going to be quite dramatic that you are going to face. Obviously, we have 3 higher arcana cards, which is just mind-blowing. This is the Death card, this is the Tower, right? And this is the Temperance card. So I feel like there is a huge shift that you don't necessarily see coming, but I think something that allows you to let go of something that you've been trying to make work for a really long time. So it's not been working, and now you're transitioning away from the energy. Okay, so the sign we are looking at today is, so this is for Virgo. Nice. So that we've got the Hermit. Great. We've got the Tower for 2019 Virgo. I might refilm this. Hey girl, hey. Okay, so let's see. Let's see your astrology with this Jupiter transit. We'll see how bad this is, and I might just, you know, do a little magic of my own. Anyway, so let's see your astrology. Just give me one sec. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, so this is your chart, and I made the chart move for other people, but I just think that's too much just for one little transit that lasts 13 months. It's not a little transit, it's just, I'm going to make a mess of things if I try to make things move. So basically, Jupiter is moving into your 4th house. Great time to move, great time to buy a house, improvement with family, improvement with just everything around your home is getting better this year. So enjoy that. Right now in November, as I'm reading, Jupiter is kind of at your IC line. So a lot of things could be coming up for you that have to do with childhood, you know, childhood dynamics, things that you haven't outgrown, things that you haven't necessarily let go of yet. And now you are able to kind of move away from that. I feel as though maybe there has been some energy that has been working against you, especially if the energy has been in some way coercive or manipulative. I feel like it's going to really end right now. I feel like maybe you've been struggling with things behind closed doors, behind your back, and I think an event will happen that will allow you to really put an end to things. And ironically, I think it's going to mirror your past. It's going to mirror your childhood and all those energies. 3 more cards. So we have the 10 of Cups. See, now that I know it's Virgo, I'm going to hook you guys up. And then the Ace of Flames. Oh, we're on fire. Here we go. And we have the Sage of Chalices. That's us, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. It could be a woman or a man. I feel like you're about to make some big moves, and I think that you're about to make some big changes and transformations. I think that you're going to kind of, this is almost like Scorpio and the Phoenix rising out of Scorpio, right? So this is really the transition of Jupiter between Scorpio and Sag. But I feel like, that's too shiny, but I feel like you're really managing a situation that could have gone very poorly, Virgo, but I feel like you are kind of keeping the high vibe going, and I think you're infusing the circumstance with a lot of positivity. I feel like you're going to put an end to some things. You're just going to put draw a line in the sand, and you say, you're not crossing this one, buddy, not this time. And so I feel like it's a beginning of something new. In fact, maybe something has really crumbled for somebody else. Somebody has really maybe gone out of their way to try to start stuff with you, and I think that maybe you have chosen to transition away and change the circumstance for the better. I really feel like some of you have been dealing with coercive energies, especially around the home or with your family. That means that people have been sneaking around and doing this and that, and I think Jupiter in Sag is going to assure that you're going to really swiftly put an end to things, and the rest of the year is going to be filled with a lot of happiness. This is a big family card, so a positive family card, and the Ace of Wands, I think, is you charging through and establishing what you want in circumstances. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles is known for her boundaries. No, this is not okay. This is not right. You know, she knows what's good. So I feel like this is you making choices that separate you from toxic energy, moving towards positivity, and I think freeing yourself from some really bad juju. Okay, so let's take a look at the Art of Love Tarot. So this is going to be the more love reading for you for 2019. As you guys know, there's going to be other readings already, but I wanted to do this Jupiter in Sag because, you know, I'm extra, right? So we have the Three of Hearts, which is kind of somebody wanted a very carefree atmosphere, and I don't think that they were too open to anything else. So they wanted a friendship that was just based in fun and just bullshit, basically. And so I think that when things happened in life as they do, this was a fair weather friend, right? Like someone who just wanted to like kick it and kind of keep it at that, very, not even a friendship, maybe more of an acquaintance. And I feel like there was a rebuttal. So when things happened, they liked taking help, but they didn't like giving it. And so when events happened that kind of prove that to you, Virgos don't like that kind of stuff, right? So I think that pretty quickly and early on, there was a quick understanding of what was going on, and it was just a matter of time before this circumstance got clarified. The next message is the Ace of Trees. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. So there will be some kind of offer out of nowhere that comes to you. Think especially to do with the home and around the home, or family things. I think that this will be a quick change from one thing to another. So it's very much switching the direction of things. The transition card has the Knight of Trees, the Custodian, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So there's definitely someone. There could be two Virgos or two earth signs kind of around, really kind of making sure that things get completed in a correct fashion, or finished up in a proper way. I feel as though these people have each other's backs, and so I feel like it's almost like you felt as though maybe some things were perilous around you. However, at the end of the day, you always had the same kind of consistent support and maybe even love, and maybe even something a bit deeper. Here is the next message. We have the Seven of Trees, the Seven of Pentacles, my favorite card. Look at that sunshine. Isn't that beautiful? With the Ten of Chalices. So I think one of the focuses for you this year is going to be very long-term saving for family and for maybe even retirement. I think the focus will be very much on saving your money, saving your resources for long-term use rather than using it on the spot. And this is maybe where the inconsistency happened with you and this acquaintance or friend, whereas they wanted to use all their resources, all their money right on the spot, and you were kind of more guided to take your time with things. Ace of Flames, it's got the Force or the Strength card. So this is the card of Leo, but it's also the solar plexus card. It rules the 5th house. And this is where, for Virgo, we see Saturn and Pluto and Vesta. So it's like a big push forward. When you need to get things done, you got to really settle into your passions, Virgo. What do you feel passionate about, and double down on that. And you move very quickly out of situations. It's like, okay, this isn't working, so I'm just gonna, I have a million other things to do, so I gotta go. Bye girl, bye. Right? The outcome card with the Sage of Crystals, the Ace of Angels, the Ace of Swords. So I feel like communication, possibly from another Virgo. 2 aces signifies a change of places, but there's 3 aces here. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. To me, that really suggests that there will be some kind of 3 aces is success assured, you know, 100%, I guarantee it. And so I feel as though there is a transition happening for someone. I feel like maybe even this transition is happening for someone around you. They're letting go of a past situation, or maybe they're letting go of a past life style. Not past lives, but like maybe it seems like they were really into the party scene, and I think that they're kind of now coming around and being more serious. And I think that you're kind of the lead, Virgo. I think you're just like, I've been doing this for 6 months, like, come on, get your act together, stop, you know, kind of wasting time. So this could be another Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but it can be someone else as well who has that kind of earthy energy. This person's slow to move. Think Knight of Pentacles. So you guys know the guy chilling on the horse. Everybody calls him the slow mover card. So this could be also a Scorpio. Hey girl, hey. So that is also making that change and transformation. They could have had something blow up in their face and they had the light bulb go off and they're like, oh, wait a minute, I've been screwing up. And Virgo's like, I told you so. But yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, you're definitely pushing ahead, Virgo, and I think that you're taking the lead, or you have taken the lead, and that slowly the people in your life, specifically a love interest, will come around and, you know, kind of get on board. But you just have to chill and wait and do your thing, and make sure to mind your business, and, you know, let them kind of come around and figure out theirs. Okay? So it sucks being a Virgo sometimes. We're smarter than everybody else. We got it figured out, right? That's why they're hating. But, you know, at the end of the day, we know what's going on, what's good. Okay, so this is the thing that I have for you guys. Of course, I have misplaced my lighter. If you guys are OGs, you guys know what this is. This is like Make-A-Wish. Not Make-A-Wish in the sense that anybody's passing away. This is just your wish stick. And I hope this lighter works. I literally found another lighter, but then I've lost it again. So anyway, so back in the day, we used to do this thing where we would wish for you guys every day or every other day, and we wouldn't burn the sparklers, but it started burning holes in paper like cards, so I had to stop doing it. However, I'm just gonna do a one-off sparkler celebration. You guys just make all the wishes you want. Okay, are you guys ready, Virgo? So you guys start wishing. Okay. Oh, if I can get it lit. Oh no, look at this. It was such a good reading. No. Why? Why, girl, why? This is probably the clumsiest. Oh, I found a lighter. I did find the other one. Yay. Yes, girl, yes. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so here we go. Make a wish, and you can come back and wish as much as you want. I hope you guys have an amazing year. So Jupiter is in Sag from November 2018 till December 2019. And in December, it moves into your 5th house, which is your fun house. So you're in for a good 2.5 years. I hope you guys are making amazing wishes, and I hope you go after the things to do with your home and family that you really want. Don't stop for no one. Don't break for nobody, Virgo. Just keep it going. Keep the energy high. I'm super stoked for you guys. And thank you so much for supporting me in everything I do. You guys are always #1. Hey girl, hey, but don't tell the other guys, yeah? Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure to check out your other 2019s down below. I'll be back soon. Talk to you soon. See you. Bye. Hey Virgo, so welcome back to my channel, and as I said to you guys already, I need to do the videos separate. Just in case you're curious, I'm doing these in random order, so I just picked them on Vimeo at random. Look at this. So this is, oh shit, I'm back in January. Like, oh, another, I was drawing. Sorry, I spaced out. Okay. Oh, January 2019. Look at that. So you guys get a little taste test, a little preview, but here in, we're gonna get another big stellium in Capricorn. You know, listen, it's a romantic time, and it's a romantic time to be a Virgo. The main thing you need to focus is like own up to your shit in relationships. And I actually woke up this morning with some really deep insights about how I relate to people and why. And for a long time, I'll say this, I was on running so much, I was on the defensive so much that I didn't have the opportunity to look at some of these deeper layers, because those deeper layers were keeping me afloat in general in life. And so now that I found myself in this space, kind of breaking off the dusty pieces of my personality, breaking off the things that don't work, you know, scarcity leaves people in a weird state, and one of the biggest challenges that people who are rising out of circumstances face is that their behavior is actually reflected by the experiences that, or constructed by the experiences that they have gone through. So until you get yourself stable, until you get yourself going in a good direction, it's very hard to change those things. So one step at a time, Virgo, but definitely own your shit, you know, definitely when it's time, and I feel like the time is now, to really take a look at how you've been approaching partnerships that has been leaving not only you hurt, but your partner's hurt, and maybe kind of break out of that a little bit. So I don't know where we're looking in January. It's the same thing. That's going to be, yeah, Chiron's exactly in this position now in November, but let's just take it back. So here we go. That's November right there, November 12th. So yeah, so be cognizant, be aware, be conscientious, and do some self-work, because when you do so, if you're in a position in which you can get a lot of momentum, even if it means by feeling kind of crappy about yourself, you know, or being self-aware and hurting a little bit, sometimes that's the momentum. Not a lot. I don't want like masochism or something, but like, yeah, a little bit of opening your eyes to how you do things, or how you put yourself in situations, how you communicate. All those things can really be changed. And Venus in the third house of communication is in October and right into November 1st, really teaching us change your communication style, and a lot of things will improve. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit of a chat, and I want you guys to like and comment on my videos. This is the tarot portion of the reading. I was actually the videos were coming out too long for the first 4 videos, and so I decided to do this separate. It's a Celtic cross using the Blanco Nero Tarot. If you guys want to comment and like, that would be really, really helpful to the video. It's like your karma. It's good karma, you know. It is. It's not a gimmick. If I'm putting a lot of energy towards making your day better, it's good when you extend that energy back to me, you know, and help me grow the thing I'm spending my days doing, right? So also turn on the bell for quickest notifications. So here we go. First card is, this is for November. We've got Mr. Devil, the devil. And so that's the 5th house for you, right? Let me show you. The 5th house. I just filmed the astrology. You guys are going to see this in a few days, but this one, okay, so this is Mr. Deville here in the 5th house. That's romance, you know. So this is kind of lit right now with Saturn and Pluto adjusting all those things that need to be adjusted. I feel as though there's some resistance. You've become a creature of your habits, of your ways, and so you want to be aware of that. The 4 of Cups. You turn your you're turning your head to things that are and sometimes good for you. People reaching out to you, and there's that defense mechanism. There's the way that you have been surviving, and now it's, it's turning itself against you. So what you need to do is catch me if you can, and then hopefully you'll be able to kind of hopefully you'll be able to in some way rectify it. So there's a time to fight, and there's a time to find peace in your heart, and this is a time to find peace in your heart and find forgiveness, neutralize things, and be positive. So definitely be open to the energy. I hope you don't miss out on something. This has come through a couple times in the readings I've done for you guys, so just hopefully you're not missing out on something. The Hanged Man, maybe some of your circumstances seem like they're persisting. They're continuing from before in the same way as before. But they're not. It's just a perception, Maybe to everybody else you're not doing anything, but quietly and to the side you are tinkering. The North Node is still in your 12th house. The North Node is still in your 12th house until the 16th, right? So this is the tinkering part. You have been very much tinkering in the background of things and doing your own thing, okay? So you will show them the fabulous new you that has emerged, right? And so, yeah, that's going to come of its own time. Virgos don't need to correct. Here is the next message. We have the Chariot card on the bottom. So really what's going on is that you're overcoming things. That's that open heart sort of thing. So we have the overcoming, consolidation, having learned lessons, trusting more, getting really open, getting really receptive to love energy around you. In the past, we had the Queen of Cups. She showed up a lot, and I love her. I love her in this deck. A Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, an influential person in your life. This person set you in good directions, gave you good advice and good insights. The oncoming energy is the Magician. He is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Somebody's coming into your life. And I think that your main goal is to really clean out the clutter of anything that is bogging you down. Past situations are on their way out. I showed you this. And then now a lot of blessings are about to come your way, maybe in December more than in November, at the end of November. You've got the Ten of Swords, some type of betrayal. This is almost feeling like you've been betrayed also. The latching onto the feeling of betrayal and not allowing things into your heart. This is a warning for November that's shown up again and again. Don't get too attached to betrayal. Don't get too attached to people that have harmed you in some way. It's time to move past. It's time to move on, carry on, embrace the new opportunities. A powerful new ally is coming into your life or has come back into your life, and you feel very close and very attached to this individual. This person is in some way assuring, a righteous movement forward, but they can't control your heart. So if you're still latching on to things from the past, if you're still not allowing yourself to step into the positive energy, nobody can force a mule to water, right? You can force a mule to water, but you can't make him drink. And then around you is the Two of Swords. So don't get in your feelings so much that you think that it's all up to you, Virgo. I think that there are people around you making decisions all the time, and some of those decisions are in part in effect to you. So be humble, be mild, be excited and positive, and really address whatever it is that's got you so in such refusal. One of the themes that came up was triggers of abandonment. In fact, I feel like a lot of the things that are happening in November don't really have to do with like an intense triggering experience, but maybe more like relics from the past, like ghosts. So that means that like secondary situations happen that kind of represent abandonment, but they're not like primary. They're not things that are gonna super upset you, but it's really kind of the tempo of your life. There will be some kind of minor betrayal, something annoying. There might be some little reminders of this or that around. Maybe somebody in the office is leaving, maybe somebody, whatever. There's these things that you don't necessarily, you're not too bothered by them, but they kind of keep your mind on it. And your primary thing is, as I said, to release a refusal to move forward. Don't get so bogged down in your kind of reflection on things. And there was this kind of energy in the Vimeo in which there was a person who was friendly on the surface, but below the surface they may have in some way held a grudge, or they may have in some way felt a way. And so it's a good idea to really look below the surface with people. That doesn't mean you tell someone to bug off, but I think that you do have to not allow the circumstances around you, even if on the surface, out of principle, don't keep people around who are bringing you down, okay? You really need to be open and receptive to the career opportunities. You have the Three of Cups. I don't know if you feel, I feel as though you are feel tentative towards this energy. I think that you in some way look at situations and you're like, are these people going to bring in problems? Is there going to be other people brought to this party? Because I don't know if I want to deal with that. The oncoming energy is the Ten of Wands. You're going to pick up the slack, pick up your socks and go to it. I think you're moving forward, and I think that you know that something is beneath you, a situation is beneath you, and I think this is a very important card that has to do with this Ten of Rods. And the Magician is someone on your side who helps you pave the way forward. But I feel like this comes together. You've done the self-work, and so you're moving forward into the horizon, into something that is more favorable. Remember, in the Vimeo reading and in your YouTube tarot and astrology reading, you saw that relationship come through. So many of you will be experiencing relationship feelings, if not relationships, but you have to really let go of attachment of people who, it's like people, like I was telling you guys on Vimeo, like really smart people, they get really attached to their convictions. So they believe something and they have to make everyone feel what they feel. And it's like, no, not everyone has the same interpretation of stuff, right? So we have the Ace of Swords, communication forward. You're going to let them know what you think. And even this person who's favorable, at some point, it's like water. You spill water, it goes everywhere. Like it just spreads out really thin, right? So I feel like this person, boundaries may have been an issue. When you get too close to someone, then they start kind of in some way sometimes trying to encompass you into what they believe or what they feel, and that can be too much as well. So your best bet this month is just to pick up the slack, watch the other video because the other one talks more about love. I think this is like further guidance on what you need to do because it's a complex situation, so that's why we got it. Don't think it's like the whole month. I think that because this reading was supposed to come after the astrology reading, that was the concept, but as you can see, we're on 14 minutes. It was way too long of a video, so I'm doing it separate. But so this, don't freak out. This is actually the solution, because I was like, what is all this stuff going on in the first part of the Vimeo? And I talk about it for free on YouTube, so you don't have to get upset that you're missing something. Of course, on Vimeo I did more, but I think that the lesson is that, one, your behavior is important. So anything that sometimes really pay attention to the things that you do that were effective in order to provide you safety, security in the past that may be antiquated now, such as having a loud mouth. One of the main things is I worked as a social worker, and I worked around people who swore a lot, right? And on YouTube, one of the things I realized is like swearing's not good. And I was not from like Polish people in Poland. There's some people in Poland who say the K word a lot, and it's like the F word, and they F bomb everything, every single sentence, men, women. It's really kind of Interesting. I don't like it. I think it's ugly. But I came from an environment that didn't have any of that. So my parents are very, very different from that. But then I worked in this environment as a social worker for such a long time where everything was F this and that. And in order to kind of really settle into the energy to hold my own and to have mobility there, I picked and be safe, you know, because you have to kind of seem tough too. And so I picked up a lot of stuff. And when I started doing YouTube, I'm like, you know, I'm in my 30s. Talking like a gangster doesn't necessarily help. So I'm gonna put that away. So that's kind of the thing that you can take on in certain environments, in certain situations. Maybe you've had to be a certain way, and now it's time to move on from that. And then the second part is also be careful of someone who in some way is keeping you in their life in order to be a subject to their ideology, right? And in some way it's kind of wearing you out. You're like, enough is enough. I gotta move forward. And I think you'll have a way forward. There's a path. And this is a good card for Virgo. And I love this rendition of the card because, like, he's not struggling. He just picks it up. He does. I love this card, actually, because the 10 of Wands is often depicted as like a real exhaustion card, but to me this signifies that you are going to feel invigorated about the direction you're taking. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go in this direction, I'll let you know, see you later, bye. It's like, and it doesn't mean the end of a relationship. Don't start, like, you know, telling people to buzz off. But even well-meaning people, it's like, you know, all my Christian friends, they can't help it but sometimes suggest that I should go to church more. You know, like, it's just, it's a part of that. It's sorry to the Christians, but it's annoying. It's annoying, you know, and in some way you just have to make peace with that. People come with their own beliefs and ideas, and I think this person's a little too close. Their boundaries are a little bit loose, so they're kind of in some way trying to encompass you in their worldview, and that's not going to work for you. So you're going to dip out because it's going to make you really, really tired. And the good Virgo that you are, you're trying to keep it going. You're trying to, like, be like, okay, I can deal with this. But, like, after a while, it's like you're taking the hits for their ego gratification. I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful November. More videos on the way. Bye. Hey Virgo, and thank you for joining me, and welcome to this reading for the transit of the North Node from Virgo into Leo. For us Virgos, this means that the Leo transit will end up in our 12th solar house. This reading is for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Virgo, or if you have the North Node in your 12th house. The 12th house governs spirituality, personal religion, personal interaction with religion. This is the house of residual experiences. Residual experiences mean things that need to be cleaned up, things that have not been dealt with in other parts of your life. This is a deep transit, actually. The hard work is upon us. This is also the house of hidden enemies, and with the North Node, we will learn more about what stands between us and the big spiritual prize. The North Node is actually more of a intangible trajectory rather than a destination. So what you're seeking to do is just to focus on spirituality, focus on the things that you need to take care of that maybe even non-material and alternative at this time. This is a transit that begins on April 28th, 2017 and ends on November 2018. Many of us will experience epiphanies and large lessons about life. Here is your first card. You guys can see everything. So your first message, Virgo, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and this is setting your sights really on a specific target and aiming and making sure that you hit the mark. This is the Four of Fire, but don't let it get confused with the Four of Wands. This Four of Fire is about setting your intention in a specific direction and assuring that you get your your goals met. The next card that guides our reading is Oceans, Ebb and Flow. Just like the oceans and the tides, we have our own cycles, and so Virgo too is reminded to always pace themselves and understand that even spiritually speaking, we have our own time and place for every experience. So I feel as though Virgos come off this really powerful transit of the first house North Node transit for the last 2 years. And now they're setting off on a specific direction that they have in mind for their spirituality and the things that they want to tidy up. And I think that what you're going to really clearly see right away is that there is going to be its own time and reason for everything. Here is your next message. We have the competition card, summon courage and self-confidence, okay? So Virgo, it's very important for you to be brave in the face of adversity. I think that you have what it takes. My best friend used to tell me, babe, you got what it takes. And he was such a sweet man. He's Slovenian. And so he would say, girl, you got what it takes. So make sure you Virgos have what it takes and be proud. Pull out your inner tiger. I love tigers. If you see my room, it's covered in tiger stuff. So tigers never, or it's a panther never changes its spots, or a leopard never changes its spots. But a tiger doesn't lose its stripes either. So Virgo, you've earned your stripes, and now let it be proven in action. But be mindful of the energies around you, and take things slow. And so here is your chart. That was weird. So here is your chart for this transit with some large kind of comments about what's going on. So as you can see, the North Node is in your 12th house of spirituality. This is a focus on spiritual purpose and philosophy, and also understanding your position in the metaphysical world. When this transition happens, the North Node will be conjunct the fixed star called Regulus, which is just on our ascendant. It's a beautiful star at 0 degrees Virgo now. And it is the star, it is the star of Kings. And so this position is going to create a trine that's going to last, let's see, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months. This grand trine energy will involve mostly Uranus in our 8th house of endings. Uranus will reform the way that we experience endings and have some really innovative approaches to how endings happen. Abrupt, very kind of out of the box thinking. Use this energy wisely. It is going to pass in the next couple years. But for the next 7 months, we get to enjoy a trine supporting us towards our destiny and towards our future and future direction. And then secondly, there's Saturn in the 4th house, refining what it means to be at home, what it means to feel at home, and what family means to us. And so all of these little points coincide together to have spiritual catharsis, spiritual enlightenment, understanding the path of spirit vis-a-vis endings and families. So we may be thinking about people who have passed away. For some of us, unfortunately, some people will pass, but I do feel it's not the case for Virgo as much as it will be for, I think, Gemini, in which the Saturn is here in this position, which is probably a transit that is more common with people passing in their lives. However, don't want to foreshadow death. The point is that we are looking at endings, we are looking at transition points and ingeniously approaching them. Also, this is the house of shared resources, so finances are at the forefront of our mind, but everything is contextualized within an overarching goal or orientation towards spiritual growth and progress. Like I said, this card over here, setting your mark on its target. Okay, so this grand trine happens between April 2017 and October 2017. Then in 2018, we are going to be challenged, Virgo. There is going to be 2 months worth of hard Ceci square transits on the North Node. This is going to happen in January and February, and so you want to prepare yourself. There might be questions to have to answer, for questions to reconcile about spirituality. Hidden enemies may come to the surface, and so you want to be prepared for that. Then in May 2018, that energy shifts around when Saturn is now firmly in Capricorn in your 5th house, and there will be a pretty impressive yod straight on your 5th house of passion and goals and excitement and romantic relationships. And the foundation of this yod is going to be your 12th house spirituality and your 10th house of career. This can manifest in a wonderful relationship, especially if you've been a good Virgo and followed the rules of Saturn and followed through with what the demands upon you have been up until that point. So that happens in May 2018. So on the day in which the transition happens, there's some interesting aspects that I want to highlight. We have a Rosetta, which allows us to make a second go at things. If things haven't worked out, this is our second chance at making things work. So this will happen in the house of spirituality, interacting with our house of home. So maybe this is reconciling our belief systems vis-a-vis our family members. And then over here, with regard to partnership issues that have been hurt or are being healed by Venus in Aries, Venus is now direct just over the ascendant into the 8th house. So there may be some sexual charge associated with that. And then here in the 9th and the 10th house, we see Mars and Ceres. This is a wonderful transit. It is off of a T-square between the South Node, which is now in Aquarius in our 6th house. This is the house that Virgo rules. We'll talk about this in a separate video, so I'm underemphasizing Aquarius South Node. But we have this T-square that's focused straight on Mars and Ceres, right, in the 9th and 10th house. And so this could be potentially difficult and challenging moments as you try to place yourself in your career or in your world. However, because there is a Rosetta around this energy, you are going to have multiple tries at that time to reconcile it and to figure it out. So it's that editor process that kind of kicks in with a Rosetta of formation, and so you will have multiple opportunities off of these points to reassess things, move forward, consider your family, consider your partnerships, and make some sound decisions, and consider, of course, your spirituality, which becomes first and foremost in your life for the next year and a half. Next and finally, this is going to be propelled by a massive kite formation, which is propelled by the South Node in the 6th house. A kite formation is just like a jet of energy, just like flying a kite, and the direction is, of course, your North Node. So you'll have a nice strong push right at the beginning of this transit. Sorry that got long-winded. And so let's take a look at your tarot cards. I did pre-choose them. I don't know what they are. So here we have the 8 of Swords. Maybe you've made certain adjustments and you just really don't know what to do with that. Also with the 12th house, Virgos, we always want to be afraid, be aware of the fact that we may be dealing with hidden enemies. I think that it's almost like she's looking up at him. She's like, okay, I have to do this or that. And he's pointing straight at you, Virgo, right? And she's like, how am I going to actually execute that? So there's a bit of a question mark as to how you want to achieve your goals at this time. There is a Knight of Swords involved who's a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Somebody coming in who is interjecting with a certain idea or concept. This is someone who's kind of leading the charge, so to speak, on different concepts and ideas. There's not much air energy besides the South Node, so this is someone who could be coming in with things that resonate for you with your karmic past, which is the past of past lives and family history. The next message is the High Priestess, Virgo. So this is the perfect card for us for the next year and a half. This means that there's going to be intuition and insight into the directions that we are taking. Summon the courage and self-confidence and move forward towards the goals that you want. especially asserting yourself as the high priestess, the oracle, the person of wisdom, if only for yourself. Understand your own truth over the truth of others. I think you'll be experiencing a call to action with regard to that. The next message is the moon. So there will be a lot of nuances around your circumstances and situations. So there will be lots of things for you to consider as you fall down that rabbit hole. But I think that as you throw yourself in the midst of spiritual awakening, spiritual journeying, it's going to propel you to learn more and grow stronger than ever before. Here is the next message. We have the Three of Wands. There are things coming through for you that are a sense of a payoff. So I do feel as though that you've put your effort towards things and circumstances, and there will be reward. I don't think you'll know what they are. I think there's going to be a certain sense of trepidation or caution with regard to your matters as you try to figure out what's happening around you. Here is the next message. We have the Knight of Cups. Here is Bob for passion. I don't think passion has any placements in Virgo. So, but anyway, you guys tell her that Bob showed up in her reading. Here is the Knight of Cups. He is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So we have two knights coming through as some type of maybe entourage, some type of people with whom you can study, and study informally also if you're not in school, just like spend time and learn and kind of grow. And so the Knight of Cups is teaching us about emotions, and the Knight of Swords is teaching us about ideas. And I think it's up to you, Virgo, to discern which direction you want to go. Maybe somebody's going to be making an offer to you through this time period. There is probably going to be some kind of friendship alliance that you build. But this is all in light of the competition that you are facing, and you recognize that you can't do everything on your own, but you get excited. So maybe you find your tiger, or maybe I'll find my tiger and we'll ride off into the sunset. Okay, so here is a card from my deck. This is the Cosmic Flower Oracle deck. It's out of print, but I'll make another one. So Virgo, we got the rose, and in the back you can see the rose constellation galaxy, and it says prayer, mysticism, love, kept secret, and martyrdom. So make sure that you don't martyr yourself. Beyond that, try to participate wholly in life. Allow yourself the opportunity to pray, have a sense of love around you in your interaction with others, and keep your secrets that are yours between yourself and spirit, and grow from those. Here is a message. So first message for Virgo, of course, we have the message of health. I think that the South Node is going to be an interesting conversation when we have that, because the South Node is in the 6th house that's ruled by Virgo. It is the house of health. So I think that health will be an issue. You'll have certain goals for yourself through this period, such as maybe becoming vegan, or maybe changing other patterns within yourself. So I think that that is going to be a huge part of that as you take it on in a spiritual sense. There is the message of Libra, also the 2nd house of money. And so Jupiter is in this house, so make sure that as you're falling into that rabbit hole, you're doing so in a sensible manner. And here is your triple token. So we have the suit of air. So use your cognizant abilities, thoughts, and discernment in order to make decisions between people, situations, and circumstances, Virgo. I think at the end of the day, you will go make your decisions by emotion anyway, but I think there's going to be a lot of heeing and hawing, a lot of trying to make decisions, trying to discern which path to go before you actually make your way. I think that you'll need to receive some type of feedback. You'll need to receive some type of gift that is being given to you for the effort that you've put in. But remember that everybody has an ebb and a flow. If you're involved in a relationship at this time, your partner may be exhibiting two qualities, one that is overwhelming, thought-provoking, and the other that is overly emotional. Anyway, Virgo, give me a thumbs up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful transit of the North Node in Leo, and good luck. Thank you. Bye.